What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt, and we are back after a 2-0 day, back into the winning side of things. Broncos with an easy, and I mean easy. I told you it was going to be a mismatch on the offensive and defensive lines. I didn't even think it was going to be that big of a crazy mismatch. Wow. Bengals. No bueno. 8-24 now. 8-24. That's the record for Zach Taylor as a head coach without Joe Burrow. Jets and the Dolphins was sweaty, but it got there ultimately, going over 44 late, landed on 48. So we got that. So 2 units up 2 units into the black as we start the week. Now, welcome to Major League Baseball. Wild card playoff day. 4 games. I'm going to give you bets on all 4. Let's bet them all. Why not? Let's bet them all. We've had an awesome year in baseball. If I fall on my face, fine. So be it. I fall on my face. Is what it is. Fade all these bets if you want. Okay, just because I have one good day does not mean I'm out of the cold. I'm out of the freezer, if you will. But I'm going to watch baseball all day. So I want to have action all day. So let's bet all day. What's the worst case scenario? We lose 4 units? Maybe, but let's get into it. 4 games, 4 bets for Major League Baseball. But before that, let me remind you about our friends at Hard Rock. They are the sponsor of the Daily Juice Podcast. Leaves are falling, stakes are rising. Postseason baseball is here. Every swing could change one team's season. Step up to the plate and take your swing on Hard Rock Bet today. New customers place $5. If it hits, you get your winnings plus $150 in bonus bets, plus everyday Hard Rock Bet. You get a postseason baseball parlay boost, which is pretty cool. New promos every day, and there is something to bet on. You can bet on everything from football, baseball, to table tennis. Yes, you get the promos, even for table tennis too. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit. Okay, this is tough, and Tyreek Hill just got injured for the rest of the season. So I know we're giving this out. I'm not trying to be insensitive by this. Just this is available. An autographed Tyreek Hill Dolphins jersey signed. How you win this from Pristine Auction is by subscribing to the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, and leave a comment, and you will be then entered into winning this jersey. But we obviously are very concerned about Tyreek Hill and looking ahead to what will be a long rehab for him. A dislocated kneecap, probably several torn ligaments, and a knee that was pointing in the wrong direction. So as somebody who is currently dealing with the aftermath of surgery, I can feel for our guy Tyreek Hill. Hopefully he's back better than ever. Long recovery ahead of him, however. All right, to baseball. Let's talk about the first game of the day, Tigers-Guardians. So, this is going to be so much fun. The Tigers fell apart. It just fell apart. Like, just one of the worst collapses in postseason history, or in regular season history. But they made the playoffs. And now they throw Skubal. They're throwing Skubal up against Gavin Williams. You better believe you're getting the best out of Skubal today. On the road, a 2.3 ERA, a 4-5 record. Against Cleveland this year, a .64 ERA in 4 games pitched. In 28 innings worth of work, he's given up 2 earned runs on 1 home run, opposing batting average of 165. Skubal is going to be nails today. I will be stunned if Skubal gives up anything. He probably goes 7 minimum. Now, Gavin Williams at home this year, it's been good. 7-2 record, ERA of 3, opposing batting average of 206. 29 earned runs in 87 innings worth of work. Against Detroit, Gavin Williams has an ERA of 1.06. 3 games started. He has a 2-0 record in 17 innings worth of work. He's given up 2 earned runs on 1 home run, opposing batting average of 200. Look, you can bet the game under if you want, but it's the first game of the day. It is a 1 o'clock Eastern time start. It is going to be it'll be a rocking atmosphere, 73 degrees and sunny. It's gorgeous, but this is playoff baseball. This is Williams against Skubal. These are 2 offenses that don't hit the ball very hard anyway. You look at just how these teams generally have played baseball. It's 1-0, 2-1, 5-0, 3-1, 3-1, 5-1, 4-2, 4-0, okay? You can bet the game under, but I'm not going to play around with anything except the two pitchers that I know in Skubal and Williams. And these guys don't give up runs against the opposing team. We're coming in here, Guardians, Tigers, first 5, under 3.5 at -130. Second game of the day, we go to the National League, and the Cubs are at home up against Nick Pivetta and the Padres. Matthew Boyd has been tremendous. Last 3 games, all wins for the Cubs, started by Matthew Boyd, 10-3, 8-4, 6-4. Now, he's given up a couple of runs here. 4-4-2 earned runs in there. But at home this year, Matthew Boyd with a 2.51 ERA and a ridiculous 12-1 record. He got hit on the road. He's 2-7 on the road. But at Wrigley, this guy was unbelievable. 25 earned runs, 11 home runs in 89 2/3 innings worth of work. And in the postseason, if you walk a lot of batters, that gets you into trouble in the playoffs. This guy's walked 14 batters in 89 2/3 innings worth of work at Wrigley Field. Opposing batting average of 209. Look, I like Nick Pivetta. I'm a Red Sox fan, okay? Nick Pivetta has been a really good pitcher for a long time. On the road this year for Pivetta, 5-4 record, a 3.55 ERA, 13 home runs given up on the road this year in 78 innings worth of work. 224 batting average. That's a little bit elevated. The team won the last 2 games that he started against the Cubs this year. He's 1-1 with an ERA of 4. He gave up 4 earned runs in 9 innings worth of work. He did have 10 Ks, but an opposing batting average of 286. The Cubs at home this year were absolute nails. And I mean just nails. Just like the weather in Cleveland, the weather in Chicago is going to be very nice. 75 degrees, breezy, but nothing too crazy in Chicago. The total of this game is 7.5 between these two. You can bet the over in this game if you want. I don't hate an over bet here. 3-1, 7-1, 8-7, 10-4, 2-1, 4-2. Those are the final scores. At Wrigley, 3-1, 7-1, 8-7. 2-1 to the over in games played at Wrigley, but those were games played in April, okay? These teams haven't played each other since April, if you can believe it. It's been a long time. I like Matthew Boyd at home. I like him with a 12-1 record. I like a 50-31 team at home in the Cubs, and the Padres were 38-43 on the road. I like Matthew Boyd. I know he's a lefty, but I like Matthew Boyd. I like the Cubs money line. We're betting the Cubs on the money line. It's basically just a pick. -110, -112. Cubs money line for 1.12 units to win game 1. Number 3 game of the day is the game that I'm going to be locked in on. It's the Red Sox against the Yankees. The Red Sox are facing a lefty. They're facing a lefty in Max Fried. But Max Fried's been pretty good against the Red Sox. Max Fried at home has been really good. 2.37 ERA, 8-2 record, 205 opposing batting average, just 4 home runs given up in 91 innings worth of work, just 24 earned runs given up. But the Red Sox mash lefties, like we know. Red Sox have the number 2 offense driving in runs against left-handed pitching. The problem is the Yankees are number 1. They're tops in this. The Yankees batting average 256 against lefties. Red Sox just ahead at 258 against lefties. Number of hits, Red Sox have 411. The Yankees have 380. Both these teams are top 10. But the home run marks are really what you got to watch out for. The Yankees have hit 70 home runs off left-handed pitching. The Red Sox have hit 51. Still good for 7th in baseball, but it's not nearly as much as the Yankees, which would be pretty accurate because the Yankees hit home runs against everybody. Here's the interesting thing about the Red Sox and about Garrett Crochet. Later in the year, Garrett Crochet started to give up home runs a lot more than what he had in the past. In the month of July, Garrett Crochet gave up 2 home runs in the entire month. In the entire month of August, Garrett Crochet gave up 4 home runs. And then in the month of September rather, Garrett Crochet gave up 8 home runs, including 2 to the Yankees when he pitched at home against the Yankees in a 6-4 win. The total for this game is 7. In fact, Hard Rock bets at 6.5. Other books are sprinkling around. But I'm going to go a bit contrarian here. I think the Red Sox can get to Max Fried, and I think the Yankees are good for 2 runs or more off Garrett Crochet. I know Garrett Crochet has to be great. I know Boston has to win this game, okay? They must. But they may score 4 runs on Max Fried, and then it's all she wrote, okay? Again, the Red Sox and the Yankees are 2 of the best lineups in baseball against lefties. So rather than get into the bullpen, let's bet on what we know. We know about Crochet. We know about his propensity to give up home runs. Short porch in right field, Aaron Judge in the lineup for the Yankees. We know the Red Sox mash against left-handed pitching, and Max Fried has been good against the Red Sox this year, but the Red Sox have hit him pretty well as well. 2 runs, 2-2 after 5, and we're good because the total is 3.5. Let's bet the over. Red Sox, Yankees, first 5 over 3.5. 3-1, and we're there as well, okay? You get to the bullpens can come in. It could be a 3-1 final. I don't mind a play on the under either for the Red Sox and the Yankees. I think Boston wins game 1. I do. I think the winner of game 1 loses game 2. So if the Red Sox win game 1, the Yankees are going to win game 2, and we'll bet it tomorrow. Then we'll come back with game 3 for the rubber match. But I don't want to lay 180. And taking the plus money on the Red Sox, okay, you can do that. I mean, yes, take the Red Sox on the money line if you want, but I like the first 5 over better. I think we're going to see offense, and I think there's a real good chance that both Crochet and Fried both give up 2 runs in 5 innings, and it's a 2-2 game heading to the 6th inning, and we go over the first 5, 3.5. Finally, the Dodgers are taking on the Reds. Look, this is... It's hard to see what's going to happen here because the Reds got in at the last moment. The Dodgers are 5-1 this year against the Reds. The Dodgers have won every game but 1 on the run line. They are 4-2 on the run line, 5-1 straight up against the Reds. The loss was they lost a game back on the 30th of July, 5-2. The last 3 games that the Reds played the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, it was 7-0, 6-3, 5-1. It's Blake Snell up against Hunter Green. And while I like Hunter Green, I do, and while I love to see the Reds knock out the Dodgers, I don't think it's happening, and I think this series is kind of quick. I think this is a 2-gamer, and I think this is sort of a open and shut case. The Dodgers move on to face the Phillies in what's going to be an epic 5-game series. And I mean epic 5-game series against those 2 teams. I'm so happy that the Dodgers and the Phillies, one of those 2 teams, are out for our future with the Brewers at the 27-1. That is beautiful that we have that opportunity. So I love that. Let's see how it plays out. But I like Blake Snell. I like this offense. I got Shohei Ohtani, who's not pitching until game 3 at the earliest. Hunter Green's a really good pitcher, but I think this is a mismatch here. Run line, Dodgers on the run line. You get plus money on top of that as well at plus 115. All right, 4 plays for us on Tuesday for Major League Baseball. Tigers and the Guardians, first 5, under 3.5, first game of the day. Cubs money line to win game 1 against the Padres for their game in game 1 at Wrigley. Boston and New York, game 1 at Yankee Stadium, first 5 over 3.5, going a bit contrarian there with the Red Sox and the Yankees' abilities to hit lefties in the first 5, and the Dodgers on the run line at plus 115 for 1 unit. Let's see what type of Tuesday we can have after a very good Monday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.